Hi, this is Liza, and I will be your coach in computer programming 2, which is Introduction to Java Programming. In this video, we'll discuss about the basics of Java programming, which includes the applications or tools that we'll be using to create, compile, and run your Java programs. And we'll also be tackling about what are the commands that we'll be using to compile and run, and of course, what are the basic structure of our Java program. So let's start with our tools. So starting with a text editor for us to be able to create or code our Java program. This is what we'll be using. You can actually use Notepad, the basic one, but I'll be recommending this one since this has lots of features which we cannot find in the basic one. So which is the line numbers, and that will be very helpful during our debugging. Okay, so text editor, any text editor will do. So the next one is our command prompt, and this is where we are going to run our program. So for now, we'll be using this, but in the future videos, we'll be using JCreator and NetBeans. But for now, let's stick to this one. Since we'll be using the command prompt, I will actually be requiring you to spare some time in studying the basic commands in the command prompts, in our command prompt, which could be cd dot dir and the set path. Those are some of the basic commands that we'll be using for us to be able to compile, run, and navigate through our folders using our command prompt. So another one is that we'll also be using, I will actually be requiring you to create a folder wherein you will save all your Java programs in there, and please name it with your last name, just like this one. Name it with your last name, and you'll be saving all your Java programs in this folder. That way, when we will run our program, you'll just go to that folder, and it will be easier for me to record your grades and to know whose work is that. Okay, so you can see here that we are in my computer, and then the E drive and my folder. Okay, so every time that I'll be asking you to send a screenshot of your program, this is what you'll capture, this part, and I will be able to see whose work is that. Okay, so please study the commands, okay, so that you'll be able to follow what we are actually doing here. So right now, let's start with setting up our Java environment. So using our command prompt, we have two basic commands that we'll be needing. That is the Java and of course the Javac. So those are two. So first, what we'll need to do is make sure that we have Java or the JDK, the Java Development Kit, in our system. So where we can find it? Where can we find it? You can check your C program files, and then Java folder, and the JDK, and of course bin. And there you should find Java and then Java. If you don't have the Java file, don't worry. You can search in the internet the word JDK, and then just download it and install it in your system, and you should be able to find Java folder, JDK, and then bin in your computer. Okay, so as long as you already have the Java and Javac, or the Java compiler, you're good to go. So now let's start. Let's check if we really have it and we can actually access our Java in our command prompt. So type Java. If you see something like this, that means you already have successfully installed Java in your system. And another thing that we'll need is the Java compiler, which is the Javac or Javac. So just type it and then press enter. And if it says that Javac is not recognized as an internal or external command, don't worry, because we can actually see here that I already have it. It's just that the command prompt wasn't able to see the Java. Okay, so what we'll be doing right now is setting up our command prompt, our command environment, to be able to point out this one, the Java. So what we'll need to do is type set path equals, and then quotation mark, the percentage, and then path, close that, and then terminator. Okay, I will be actually referring to the semicolon as terminator, so don't get confused about it. And then that will be followed. Copy this address and paste it here, then press enter. And that's it. We can try now if we still have Java and the Java. Okay, so there you go. We successfully pointed our path in our command prompt to this bin. So what's the pitfall in this setting up of our path using that command, the set path? Once we close this command prompt and open another command, what we can notice is that we still have the Java, but the Java is not there again. So what's the workaround here? So what we'll be needing is our environment variables, and then edit the system. You can find it in your control panel. It depends upon your operating system. I'm using Windows 8, that's why it's actually easy for me to look up the environment variables, but you can find yours in your control panel. And then what we need to do is search in our system variables, search for the word path, and then edit that. And on the last part, we should add this address. Again, the program files, Java, JDK, and then the bin address. Okay, just right click it, copy, and then paste it here. Then press OK. And then let's open our command prompt again, check the Java and the Java compiler. Once it runs, no matter how many times you close it and run it, it will always be in your system. So you don't have to set it up every time that you'll be coding Java. Okay, so now, aside from this command prompts, another helpful command is the CLS, which stands for clear screen. It just basically clears our screen for us to be able to see better about what we're actually typing. Okay, so throughout this program, you'll actually be seeing most of these commands while I am actually navigating throughout our navigating through my computer. So right now I'll be changing drives from C to E, and then over here I actually have this folder, and that is in E, and then your last name. So there we have it. I'm in that folder, and Now let's proceed to our first Java program and what are the basic parts of a Java program. So let's start with this one, class, and then our class name, which could be hello. And then this is the standard one, the public static void main string args. So what is basically do? It says that we have a class named hello. Again, in naming our class, it should start in capital letter, whatever it is. It could be book, books, or any object that you want to create. It could be employees. But for now, we'll start with a class hello. So that is our class name, and it's followed by curly braces. That means that anything within this curly braces is part of this class, which is class hello. So within that class, we are required to create methods. And one of the main method that will be required from us is that it should have main method. What is the main method? It will be the method or the part of the class that will be run by the program first. So it just means that every time that we'll be running a Java program, our compiler will actually look for the main method first. So let's start with system.out.print. So let's try this first. Save it. Again, I'll be requiring you to save it in your own folder. And one thing that you have to remember is that when saving files, Java files, remember that the file name should actually be equal to the class name. Even the capitalization should be the same. So let's save this as hello.java. And our file extension is always .java. And then just click save. You can now notice that our file name is hello.java and then we have class name as hello. So another thing is that using the Notepad++, we'll be able to see what are the reserved words used by the Java, and it changes in color. Just like this, the class, public, static, void. And of course, what does the system.out.print do? This will be the code that we'll be using to output or show output in our command prompt. So let's try this. Let's try to compile this and run this one using our command prompt. So now using this code, the dir, we'll be able to see what are the directories and files inside that folder. So we have here the hello Java. So if we'll look at this one, we already have hello.java. So how do we actually compile and run it? Right now, you can see that in this folder, I only have one file in there. But when I run the java space hello.java, which means we are telling our command prompt to call the javac or the Java compiler to compile our hello.java. And then when we press enter, there you have it. It says that it doesn't give us any error, which means it is successful in compiling it. And if you can notice, we already have two files in here, the hello.java and hello.class. So if we check what are these two files? We'll know that this is the one that we have created a while ago, and when we check what's inside the java.class, it's actually not readable for us. It's already in the machine level language. So it's already compiled. So remember, the hello.java is the one that we are actually creating, and the hello.class is the one that is being executed. Okay, so if we don't have it, and then we run the java hello, it will say that could not find load or main class hello. So it's actually looking for a class that named hello. And where is it? Again, when we compile our hello.java, when we run this program, there we have class. And how to run a program? Just run java, remember java, and then hello. We don't need any extensions in running Java program, just call the Java and then the class name. And there we have it. It says hello. Because that's what we actually wanted to output. If we add hello there, just save it, Control S or click that, and we have, remember that we have to recompile every time that we have made any changes in our file. So recompile it, and then run it again. And there we have it, hello there. So that's basically it when it comes to basic Java programming. And if you have questions, feel free to leave comments in our ELMS modules and send me a message regarding it. Okay, so see you in our next video. Bye.